Welcome to another episode of Interviewing the Legends with special guest Kurt Maloo.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Interviewing the Legends. I'm your host, Ray Shasho. In the 1980s, as one half of the brilliant pop duo Double, Kurt Maloo co-authored and sang the most enduring hit Switzerland has ever produced, The Captain of Her Heart. The Captain of Her Heart remains a firm favorite and is still part of Maloo's live repertoire. Internationally, the most successful Swiss song of all time, and regularly makes it into the jazz and pop download charts throughout the world. The song captures the moment when a woman realizes she can no longer wait for the man who has won her heart, but must move on to a new life. As the day comes up, this melancholic optimism is central to both Maloo's poetry and his music. Off the Record is Kurt Maloo's latest project, a collection of songs released on an EP, starting with Volume 1, which was released in 2023, and Volume 2, released this year. Reviving his 1966 Fender Strat and singing in Spanish for the first time on one of the songs. Might not be what you were used to hearing on his previous albums, but the new songs will constantly grow on you, and their fresh and intriguing atmosphere is providing the perfect background for Kurt's warm and comforting voice. Please welcome Swiss singer, songwriter, composer, and record producer Kurt Maloo to Interviewing the Legends. Hello, Kurt.
Hi, Ray. Glad to be here.
Thank you. Thank you. I know a long time ago, and you may still do this. Do you still paint? Are you?
No. I stopped painting when I was 23 or something. Yeah, no, I'm a musician.
Yeah, but you know, a lot
One
of
thing is
musicians.
enough. One thing is enough.
A lot of musicians are very good artists as well, and they do
Oh,
both.
absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm not. I'm a guitar player, a singer, a composer. That's enough.
I saw in my intro there. Do you still have, what is it, your Fender Strat? Do you still have
Oh
that?
yeah, a
Really?
1966. Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good year.
I love her. Yeah.
Yeah. I was a Telecaster man. I'm a big Fender
Oh
guy.
yeah. I had a Telecaster too, but no, I stick to the Strat. It's for romantic reasons.
Yeah.
She grew older with me, so we're like this.
I know. I had the same relationship with my Telly,
Mm, mm.
but when I wrote my first book, I needed money to publish it, so I sold it. I figured,
Oh,
yeah. And I had a lot of
that's a pity. Mm,
great autographs on there too. Johnny
mm.
Winter. I had Alvin Lee from 10 Years After,
Oh,
Eric
great.
Burton. Oh man, I kind of
Wow.
regret it. What are you going to do? One thing I never understood when you worked with Phil Manzanera, and I was a big Roxy Music fan. I saw Roxy
Me
Music in
too.
concert a couple of times. How come that brilliant music never got out to the public?
I don't understand it either. It was due to legal problems. I mean, we didn't find a deal with the production he made with us, and then finally found a deal, but the record company insisted on having another producer, and we were young. We wanted a deal, so yeah, we went for it. And yeah, I still regret it somehow because the songs he produced, they were much better actually than what we released in the end. But anyway,
Yeah,
it
Phil
was a
Phil
good,
was a
interesting episode, though.
Yeah, he was a pro. I'm surprised
Absolutely.
he couldn't do anything with it. As far as getting it out there. You
I
know,
don't know. I don't know.
yeah. Is there any
Strange
chance?
ways.
Is there any chance you can still release that music?
No, I don't think so. Now it's too late.
It's too late, even with an
Yeah,
attorney. You can't. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, the material is the same,
Right.
that, and we had an artist deal with this record company, so they own the
They own the
songs, you know.
rights. Yeah.
I usually don't do that, but as I said, we were young. We
Right.
were like keen to have a deal.
Right. And you had a brief relationship with Herb Alpert as well.
Oh, that was a lucky thing.
Mhm.
Yeah. Uh, Originally, Devil's Ball, the song, was the melody was played by Felix by the piano,
Right.
and we had this weird violin on the song that I never actually liked. But anyway, um, I thought it would be necessary to have an instrument that is more prominent, and
Hmm.
I suggested just like that. I suggested, why don't we use a trumpet?
Hmm.
And of course, the elephant was in the room. So who's gonna ask him? I mean, he was the boss of the record company. So can you ask him? Could you play? And we sent him a tape with a melody, and he immediately loved it. And he said, "Oh yeah, of course I do it." And yeah, we were really lucky with that.
He's still touring. As a matter of fact, I'm in
Yeah,
Florida. He's
he's
coming
a
here. So
phenomenon. Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. He never grows old. Yeah.
And he married, I guess he married Lena, the girl from Brazil, 66, who
Hmm.
we just lost him
Hmm.
from Brazil, 66.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, he
Sergio
was,
Mendes.
yeah, Sergio Mendes. He was great. He's
Oh
incredible.
yeah.
Great music. You know, I always thought you should be a giant in music. Um, you have a very international sound, right? Some of the artists that come to mind that are a little bit like you, Bobby Caldwell,
Hmm.
Gino Vanelli, who I've had on the show.
Yeah.
He's got that flair, you know, that very
Hmm.
suave, like you are, you know, appealing to the women, appealing to everybody. Sade made it very big doing that
Oh
kind of
yeah.
music.
Yeah. She's great. She's unique. Yeah.
Yeah. 10 Sharp, and of course
Yeah.
Brian Ferry. You know,
Hmm.
these are
Hmm.
artists that made it big with that
Hmm.
kind of, you know, the kind of vibe. You know,
Hmm. Hmm.
do you have a good manager? Did you have a good manager promoting you?
Oh yeah. Yeah. We had a very good manager because I mean we were two Swiss guys, you know,
Right,
from Zurich.
right.
I mean, it seemed like impossible to have international success coming out of a country that is so small but he did a great job after all. I
Hmm.
mean, um, it took a while. We released the album Blue. We released in 1985, first in Germany, and then UK wasn't a sure thing because the record company was very clever in the UK. They sent to the radio DJs, they sent blank copies, just
Right.
leaves. You know, no one knew who we are. They didn't know where we're from. I have when I sing, I have this transatlantic accent, so they thought we were from wherever.
Hmm.
They knew we were not from the UK, but they couldn't tell.
Right.
And then we were very lucky because the melody maker wrote. They heard the song of the year, and it was January. So that was a good thing. And the other thing was the Radio 1 DJ played it uh, every half hour. But you know, these are things you can't make up. You can't steer. It's like it's luck.
Yeah.
You have to be lucky as a musician when you're unknown and you have like your first big release.
Hmm.
Yeah, and we were lucky. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the hit wasn't obvious because at the time at the radio they used to play up-tempo tunes,
Right.
danceable tunes, not ballads.
Yep.
So yeah, I think he did a good job.
Your music, though, is so appealing to everyone. I mean, you know, I mentioned the jazz stations would pick you up, you know, even top 40 if it was only like it used to be, you know.
Mm.
But I just love your music. It's, you know, it's just, it's laid back. You almost want to feel like you're in a Bond movie, it's that, and you got that personality, like you could be in a Bond movie.
I could do this, and then we have Miami Vice. We're
There
back
you
in the
go.
80s.
Yeah, I had Jan Hammer on the show.
Yeah, yeah. Mm.
One thing, your Felix did get right, I thought. I think your music would do well cinematic, and soundtracks. I know you guys kind of, you wanted to do more of I guess the pop thing or the top, on the charts thing, and he wanted to go cinematic and do the soundtrack type thing. But your music does fit in the soundtrack genre as well.
Yeah, I didn't want to do chart music. I just wanted to go back to the pop song,
Right.
the classic pop song, and he wanted to make more soundscapes,
Hmm.
yeah, more cinematic, and we didn't agree on that. But I mean, we were still friends until he died, so it
Yeah.
wasn't a problem. It wasn't a personal problem. It was just he had another point of view, and that's
Right.
it.
Right. It's
Mm.
never too late to do some cinematic stuff.
No, no, yeah, no.
There's good money in that, and also video
Mm,
games. I've
mm,
got a lot of artists that I interview that do on the side. They do
yeah,
cinematic and video games and that kind of stuff.
I see. Mm.
Yeah. Um, the Captain of Her Heart, man. It's a, everlasting song that'll be around forever, I just love the way that came together. The piano riff, something to do with a blackbird, right?
That's what he told everybody. Yeah, I don't know if it's true or not. I mean, it could have been true because there was a window next to his piano where he practiced at home, and yeah, that could be a blackbird because it's this E G,
Right.
don't, and then he started to improvise, and yeah, why not?
It's
It's a
almost
good
like
story though.
it's a good story. It's like a Disney
Hmm.
movie.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm.
Um, the song is incredible. Like I said, it's going to be around forever and ever and ever. What was those time? When did you first hear the song on the radio? Was it a surprise to you, or you knew it was going to be played?
No, it sounded different on the radio than every song sounds different in different locations. But what hit me was when we were on promotion tour in Los Angeles,
Hmm.
and we were at the Roosevelt Hotel, and we sat by the pool. That was a legend. The murals are made by Hopper, and I mean, it's everybody used to be there. Marilyn Monroe,
Right.
Elvis, and we sat by the pool, and Felix bought a Walkman with a tuner.
Hmm.
That was new. I didn't know that it existed, but he bought it in LA, and he came with a thing and with headphones, and he just passed me the headphones, didn't say anything, and the captain was on Kiss FM, and it sounded great because they did a lot of compression, not like in Europe, so it sounded big.
Hmm.
And yeah, and then I actually for the first time realized that it could be really big.
Hmm.
It could be really it could become a classic. Yeah.
I
And
just
it did,
miss.
fortunately. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I just missed playing it on the. I was a DJ back in the late '70s, early '80s,
Hmm.
but I left radio in the early '80s, and I just missed
Hmm.
playing the song. But that would have been cool if I had played the song on the air, because I did top 40, so it would have been on my
Yeah.
playlist.
Yeah.
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 Um, I want to talk about your latest. First of all, before I get to that, I know you regret not playing gigs back when that song was released
With double, yeah.
with Double.
We
Yeah.
I played before double, and and,
Right.
and now I play too, but
With ping
but with
pong.
double we
Yeah.
didn't. Yeah. Mm.
Yeah. What happened? How come you never did any touring after the song came
I
out?
mean, we were just the two of us,
Right.
but we could have uh, hired musicians, of course. But Felix has stage Right. He
Really?
wasn't he was afraid to go on stage. He was a perfectionist, and he always said, it won't sound the same like on the record. And I said, so what? I mean, it's live.
Right.
It's anyway, it's different.
Sure.
But no, he didn't want. But when I started in 2007, I started to play gigs again with musicians. I definitely felt what I was missing all the time. This direct feedback, to be there and
Hmm.
feel the love coming to the stage. It's great. A musician has to play live, I
Yeah.
think.
Oh, yeah. Are you
Yeah.
going to get out there again, do you think?
Yeah.
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 Maybe the
I mean,
States. That would be nice.
never say never.
Never say never,
Yeah.
huh?
Yeah. I'm not much into touring, but
Right.
concerts are okay.
Yeah. I think Ringo should pick you up on that All-Star tour he does. Right? I think that'd be great.
Oh yeah.
I'll put my radar out for Ringo Starr to pick.
Okay.
It
Okay.
worked before. I did that
Mm.
um with Greg from Santana.
Hmm.
I had him on the show and I said, "Man, you'd be perfect on the show," and there he is.
Wow.
Um, some of the musicians double you guys really, really enjoyed. I know you like Miles Davis. He was a big favorite. And then you mentioned anywhere from Funkadelic to Dean Martin. You got a nice range here.
As you can tell, yeah. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But it was the music we were listening to,
Right.
we had a big range of favorite music, and all the influences, they worked. I mean, it's good to have a wide spectrum when you're a musician, not only, listen to what you are doing as well.
Exactly.
Mm.
And your music is somewhat eclectic. They don't all sound the same. It sounds like you can do just about anything. Um, One song from Volume One. I'm My mom was Cuban, so
Oh,
what song I
mm.
I liked on Volume One,
Yeah.
right?
Quizás. Yeah.
Oh man, I grew up on that song with my
Oh,
mom. She used to
yeah.
play it all the
Yeah, it's
time.
the standard.
Oh yeah, and it's
Yeah.
Osvaldo Fares, I guess, who wrote that.
Hmm.
And
Oh, it was fun. It was fun doing it. I mean, I didn't understand a word when I was learning it, but now I know what I sing about.
you got a good accent.
Oh, thank you.
You did very, very well. You should do more. See, that's what I'm saying. You're very international.
Mm.
You remind me a little bit too of like Engelbert Humperdinck, the way his style, and
Yeah.
I had him on the
Mm.
show too, and
Mm.
I think it's great that you're reaching out and doing music like that. It's very cool.
Actually, it was the first cover version I ever did.
Really.
Usually I only sing songs that I wrote myself. So
Right, right.
that was a new experience, and yeah, I liked it.
It was great. You nailed that one, man. I loved it. What made you select that cover of all? Is that just a song you always liked, or?
Musically, it was so appealing, and I heard the version of what's the guy from the 40s,
The guy who sung Bobby
yeah,
Cappo?
yeah. No,
No?
no. Very smooth voice. What's his name? Come on. I'll tell you later. But
Okay.
anyway, I heard that version, and I
Right.
thought he has a very smooth voice, even smoother than mine. I can do that too.
Hmm.
And I started to play around on the keyboard, and Nat King
Oh,
Cole.
Nat King Cole. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
his version, yeah.
Yeah.
Of course he had like the orchestra in the background and
Hmm.
everything, but it immediately fell into place. I on the keyboard, and then yeah, it was cool.
You need to do more music like that, Like that it's I loved it, man. Um, track 3 on that album, The Hustle Ain't Over. That was another cool track.
It ain't over. Don't you agree?
I
Yeah.
agree. It ain't over.
Yeah.
Again, it's very international sound, very hip song. All your songs are hip.
Thank you. Yeah.
You could be the new Frank Sinatra, if you play it right.
Okay.
Volume 2 was also great. I really enjoyed it. Life Could Not Be Better had a kind of a R&B groove.
I love it. Yeah, yeah. It's a remake of my own song that I released in 2006, and I wasn't 100% happy with that one back then because it was a little too high. The key was wrong for my voice, so I realized later. So
Right.
now I fixed it. I made it the whole thing one note lower, and it's perfect then for my voice, I think. And a little guitar, and yeah.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites as well. Solitary Love.
Yeah.
I'm afraid of the unknown. Who's I love that. I'm afraid of the unknown. Who's the girl that does that?
It's actually AI, artificial
No,
intelligence. Yeah, yeah,
impossible.
yeah. But yeah, I couldn't find the right voice among my relative fans and whatever. I tried out some, but they didn't sound perfect. And then I just tried for fun.
I can't believe
And
it.
I could, I could say I want a British accent, and I
Right.
thought it fits the song, and it's perfect.
Isn't that amazing?
She's perfect. Yeah. She doesn't exist though.
The
Yeah.
intros to my shows is AI, the voice.
Mhm. Ah, I see.
It's unbelievable. Nobody's ever pronounced my last name correctly, but AI does it perfectly. Go figure.
Mhm.
Oh man,
Spooky. Yeah, spooky.
it is
Yeah,
spooky, isn't it?
yeah, it is.
Are you gonna come out with an album?
Uh, the format of the EP is actually perfect for me because I'm a
Right.
slow worker, and the pressure doing an album, uh, I'm really glad that I don't have this anymore.
Right.
So I can try out things, and when I decide a song is ready, I release it, but no pressure.
Hmm.
Yeah, I never liked this pressure doing an album. I mean, it was great when you could do an album on your laptop,
Yep.
basically,
Yeah.
and you didn't have to go to the expensive studios anymore
Right.
because you were in the studio back then in the 80s, and you could see like in the taxi, like shoo, 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 the dollars. And of course you tried to forget it, but
Hmm.
then the publisher comes in and say, you're almost done, right? You're doing well. And I say,
Right.
no, no, not at all. And that was always uneasy. You
Right.
felt the pressure. And now no pressure makes me more relaxed. It's a good thing.
Most of the artists I talk to now, nobody's in the studio. I mean, there's just,
Mhm.
there's
Mhm.
one guy in Australia, another guy in Los Angeles, and
Yeah,
they're just MP3ing each other.
yeah.
It's
And
amazing.
especially singing, when you're a singer in an expensive studio, you're there alone in this phone booth, in this vocal booth, and
Hmm.
you see the guys behind the desk, but you don't
Right.
hear them. And then you sing, and then you have to wait and look at them, and then you see they're talking,
Right.
and then you see from the gestures, you see like, oh, he can do better and so,
I
and
know.
you
It's
think,
acting.
hey, this was the take, yeah. And if you're really unlucky, then the engineer didn't even record it.
Right.
Uh, so this is gone now. I can sing wherever I feel like in my apartment, and yeah,
Yeah.
and that's much more relaxing. It's better for my voice actually.
That's why a lot of people just
Yeah.
self-produce, on their
Yeah,
own
yeah,
now.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But I still like this, I'd still like to see us do some duets, with some
Oh,
well-known
duets
art
are nice. Yeah, yeah.
with some well-known artists. That'd be cool,
Mm. That
you
cool.
know.
Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe have some guest artists, well-known
Mm.
guest artists.
Why
That'd be
not?
great.
Yeah,
Why
why not?
not?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know a good Swiss piano player.
Yeah.
Do you
Mm.
know Patrick Moraz? Have you heard of him?
Mm.
No.
No,
He
no.
lives here in Florida now. He was the
Mm.
piano player for Yes, the keyboard player for Yes,
Oh,
and the
okay.
Moody
Yeah,
Blues.
yeah, yeah.
And he's kind of retired
Mm.
now, but he's a classical
Mm.
pianist,
Mm.
and he's not doing anything right now.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
he's from Switzerland.
Hmm.
He's a
So we
nice guy,
can
really good
we
guy.
can we can speak Swiss.
There you go.
Nobody. Yeah, secret language. Nobody
Secretly,
understands.
exactly.
Yeah.
What's happening in Switzerland nowadays? How's the music scene?
I don't know. I'm in Hamburg.
That's right, you're in Hamburg. How
Yeah,
about
yeah.
Hamburg? How's the music scene there? Is it much
It
like
has a
here?
music. Yeah, it has a music scene, but I don't go out much anymore.
Really?
Yeah, no, no, no.
Sounds like me.
Yeah.
I don't go out either.
But the hustle ain't over.
Yeah, it's the hustle ain't over.
Yeah.
That's right.
No, no.
Uh, do you have what about your family? Do you have children?
I'm a
And
family man. Yeah, yeah. I mean,
yeah,
they're grown up now. They left the house, but
right.
yeah, I have a family, and I became a family man. Yeah,
Grandkids?
I love it here. Great kids. Yeah.
The grandchildren? Do you have grandchildren?
No, not yet. No.
Not yet? Oh no,
No,
just
no.
wait. You're really gonna be busy. I've got 5 grandkids.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and we're very
Yeah,
involved.
yeah, yeah.
It's going to be a whole new life for you when you get
But
grandkids.
I heard you're as a grandpa, you're milder,
Yes,
when it comes to education and all that. You're like, yeah, what, do it.
exactly.
Mm.
You give them anything they want, you spoil the hell
Mm.
out of them,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
you give them
Spoil
back.
them. Yeah. Yeah,
Totally different.
yeah. I can imagine. Yeah.
Some of the other great music I really admired. Um, Day the Man with a Heart of Gold,
Mm.
which also
Mm.
has a video out, which is
Yeah.
another cool song.
It's my daughter in the video.
Is that your daughter, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
very
Mm.
cool. Loopy Avenue.
Hmm.
It's a very hip, kind of a jazzy track. River Flow.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Love River
River
Flow.
Flow. Yeah, 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 yeah.
You Drive Your Life, but this time,
Oh, that's an old one. Yeah.
that reminded me of Sade a little bit. That song
Hmm.
kind of had
Hmm.
her.
I did it with the with Sade's producer,
No,
Mike
really?
Pila,
Is
who
that right?
unfortunately died. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Huh,
He also mixed a double second album,
right.
and then we became friends, and I did this album with him. Yeah.
You and Sade would be wonderful together.
Oh yeah, but she
Oh my
doesn't do it.
gosh. I wish she'd come out of retirement, you know? She got,
Yeah, she's a slow worker too, like me. Yeah.
yeah, you guys would be perfect
I
together.
I I guess she's even slower.
Yeah, probably.
She's the slowest work.
I think you're
She
right.
won the contest of slow
And she's
working. Yeah.
very into the family as well.
And everybody's waiting. And when is your next album coming out? And I don't know what she's doing, but
It's been a long time. Real long
been a
time.
long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Some other songs I love, King of the World,
Hmm.
Afterglow,
Yeah,
uh,
yeah.
Never Give
Afterglow,
Up.
I personally like very much. I just recently did a new video for it. I never had a video, and I um, yeah. Actually, I did it with my iPhone, but it's all possible now. And yeah, I like that song very much.
Well, you're very successful with AI, so you might as well do a video with AI, you know?
Yeah, for Life Could Not Be Better. It's a full AI video too. Yeah.
Really, it's amazing,
Yeah, that's
you know?
fun. It's so fun to do.
It is fun. I
Yeah.
agree. I just finished my fourth book, and it's a science
Mhm.
fiction book.
I
And
see.
I used AI, and it nailed
Mhm.
it. It
Mhm.
totally nailed it.
Mhm.
It's a
Yeah,
truly
if you write the right prompt, then
exactly.
it gets you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Never Give Up. Don't Bring Me Down. Another great song.
Don't Bring Me Down, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. It's about depression, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's good in November actually. It's the month of depression, isn't it?
November is really
Not in Florida, but here in Hamburg.
well.
You have fog. It at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It's getting dark. I mean,
Right.
you have to be very stable
Well, we just had two
to
hurricanes.
survive.
We had two
Okay.
hurricanes, so
Yeah, that's no fun. Yeah. Yeah.
direct hit. I'm in Bradenton, Florida, and it came right at
Mm,
us this time. First
mm.
time in 100 years. Come Over Here had some cool lyrics, very cool lyrics. I
Oh yeah,
really,
thank you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a funny song. Yeah,
you put out some great music. You really have, and I really want to see more
thank you.
music. So
I will
maybe,
work on it.
yeah, maybe you should speed it up a little bit.
Okay. I got the hint.
Your
Mm,
fans need you. You got a lot of
mm.
good you got some very loyal fans out there too.
That's true. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. All from all over the world,
Yep.
especially Brazil and South America. And
That
yeah.
makes
Mm,
sense. Brazil makes
mm,
sense. Like I
mm,
said, you're very international.
mm,
You've got that advantage because there's a lot of artists
mm.
that can't,
Yeah, they're very faithful. That's great.
yeah. Um, your father was a self-made man who grew up in
Hmm.
France. My
Mm,
dad was also a self-made man.
hmm.
I think he didn't make it past the sixth grade, but uh, he was a entrepreneur. He had retail electronics all his
Hmm.
life. What did your father do?
He started as a photographer actually
A
in
photographer.
France.
Okay.
Yeah. But then in World War II, he had to
Hmm.
go back to Switzerland because he was from Switzerland, but he moved to France when he was 4.
Okay.
And his father died, his brother died, so he was alone with his mother.
Hmm.
And he went back to Switzerland, and then he had to go to the military. Fortunately, no war. Switzerland
Right.
was neutral.
Yep.
But and then he realized that he couldn't work as a photographer, so he started to go to school again, and he became a bookkeeper and how you call this? Well, anyway, he worked himself up until he was vice president at a Swiss bank. I mean, he really had a great career,
Huh.
just reinventing himself.
Right.
Mm.
Interesting, because your
And
mom.
and German wasn't his mother language, so he had to learn that too, you know. He was talking French. Yeah.
Your mom was a banker too, correct?
No.
Oh, she
No, no.
wasn't a banker.
She was
Okay.
a no, she was a secretary.
Okay.
No, no. And she stopped working when she got married, and
Right.
yeah. I was an only child, and she had a lot of time for me, so I was very lucky.
I was a banker
Oh,
for
yeah.
13 years. Yeah. So I
Yeah.
appreciate your dad in a Swiss
Mm,
bank. That's
mm,
pretty cool. That's where all the big
mm.
money is.
It's a classic, yeah. Yeah.
All the you know, like Bond movies and the spy movies all had Swiss banks involved.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I would like to
Burglar's
take.
favorite place.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Mm,
there's always a secret code to go
yeah,
to
yeah.
get the account and whatever.
Mm.
Yeah. Um, I'm going to ask you a question about this is a question I ask everybody. I get some really interesting answers. My favorite movie was always Field of Dreams. I always liked that movie. And in that, there's a question, if you had a Field of Dreams wish to perform, collaborate with anyone from the past or present, who would that be?
Oh, there are so many, but I mean, it would be really cool uh, to have it to make a duet with Dean Martin. I think that would be fun.
Mr. Cool, Mr. Smooth.
He's such a cool guy. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I could see that.
Mm.
You know who lives in Switzerland also? Petula Clark. You know Petula Clark?
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Ah.
Yeah, I had her on the
Mm.
show.
Mhm.
She still does shows, and she's like,
Oh, great.
mid to late
It's always
80s.
good to hear that they
Yeah,
don't stop. Yeah. Why
yeah.
stop? I mean,
Yeah, a lot of musicians live in
Yeah,
Switzerland. They, you know,
yeah, yeah.
huh?
Lower
Well,
taxes.
yeah. So what's next for Kurt Maloo? What do you have on the horizon? What are your plans now?
I think volume 3 would
Yes,
be due next year. Yeah,
good. We're looking forward to
yeah.
that.
Hmm.
Of course, we want more, than 2 or 3 songs, but that's a good thing, I guess, if you
Yeah,
want more.
yeah. But then you got volume 1, 2, 3, so you have more than 2 songs. Yeah,
Right, right.
yeah.
And the EP does work. A lot of people put out EPs.
Yeah, because it's about streaming anyway, so it doesn't matter if you have an album or just a few songs. I mean,
Well, I hope he
and
has
I
a
have
good.
a big catalog meanwhile. I mean, I wrote over 100 songs, so if you love my music, there's enough to listen to.
There's a lot of music
Okay.
out there.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
lot of music out there.
Oh, good. Awesome. Are you
Yeah.
writing new music as well?
Yeah.
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 Do you write on the piano, or how do you write your
Oh,
songs?
that depends. I mean, my guitar, I sit down with my guitar, but
Right.
then I go to the piano, and because with the keyboard, I can play it directly into the laptop, so
Correct.
it's not forgotten. You have it, and um, and then I come back to the guitar and force
Mhm.
them back, and yeah.
Exactly. Well,
Mm.
I want to mention purchase Off the Record, Volume 1 and 2. And they're both available on Amazon.com. For more information about Kurt Maloo, you got your website, www.kurtmaloo.com. You are on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. And I've also listed all your discography from both double and all your solo stuff as well.
Mm.
Kurt, it's wonderful that you're on the show today. I
Oh, it
really
was my
appreciate it.
pleasure.
Love your
Great to be
music.
here.
Your
Yeah.
music's incredible. It will live forever, especially your big hit, of course. Man, you can listen to that song and it never gets old.
That's great, no? Yeah.
Isn't that great?
Yeah. Isn't that great? I
Never gets
agree.
old.
I totally agree.
I guess it's a moneymaker too, isn't it? Did the royalties still?
Fortunately, yeah, fortunately
Yeah.
it is. Yeah. Yeah.
Has anybody recorded that song as a
Oh yeah,
cover?
there are a lot of covers, yeah.
There are a
But
lot of covers.
they never surpassed the original.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
I
you had
think
a
the ingredients were just perfect of the original, and
yep.
so yeah.
Nobody can sing it like you. Nobody's got that
Oh, I
suave.
love the version of Randy Crawford. She did a
I'll have
great
to listen
job.
to that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I like her as a singer very
Yep.
much, and she did a great cover version. Yeah.
Oh, I'll have to listen to that.
Mm.
Okay, Kurt, we're expecting more
Okay,
music from
Ray.
you.
Yeah.
And we want to see a tour soon, okay?
Okay.
All right, Kurt. Thank you so much for being on the show
Thank
today.
you
Appreciate
too.
it. All right. Take care.
Bye, Ray.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you for joining us on Interviewing the Legends with Ray Shasho.